Grandmother Flordemayo is a curandera espiritu, a, a healer of divine spirit, and she is the youngest of 15 children born in the highlands of Central America, in what is called Nicaragua. And she has, from a very early age, she was gifted with sight, and that has been part of her journey throughout her life. In 2004, she became one of the founding members of the 13 Indigenous Grandmothers, which I'm sure many of you know about. In Indigenous elders from all over the world in council meeting. And she introduced us to an amazing Maori woman, may2020, for which we're also grateful. And in 2012, she started the path. Out of a vision, emerged a new life, or a path of protecting the original seeds, the seeds of life, the original seeds that are being damaged and modified and so forth. She's created an entire organization and program to protect the sanctity, the sacredness, and the integrity of seeds. So if we could have Grandmother Flordemayo and Heather come on, that would be wonderful. There you are.
So
Hello,
welcome,
Flordemayo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're still muted.
Yes. Heather, hi.
Hello, Heather.
Can we unmute Grandmother?
Mom,
we need to do it.
Oh, let's see.
Yes.
There you go. Perfect. Okay.
Thank
Wonderful.
you so much. Yes.
Yeah. Well, welcome. It's a blessing to have you, and we're very eagerly looking forward to hearing you, having you join the sacred space that we're trying to create here across the world online, and invite you to help us bear witness to the seeds of life.
Thank you so very much. Before I speak a little bit about the seeds, I would like to say a prayer. Mm-hmm. And before I say a prayer, I would like to reintroduce to everyone in the Four Directions to one of my crystal skulls. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that, Elizabeth, is that today on our Mayan calendar is the day of the Lord Keme. Mm-hmm. And the Lord Keme is the Lord of transformation. Mm-hmm. It is the Lord that resides on the west. And it is the energy that brings us from the daytime into the nighttime, where we go into the dream time and yet awaken into the daytime and become the manifestors of our dreams. So I would like for everyone to see one of my precious stones here. And I would like to pray with my stone, because it's a very, very auspicious day that I am here to do prayer for you, and that it is a day of absolute transformation.
Grandmother, we had our opening ceremony was a ceremony by a friend, a Mayan shaman, who did an acknowledgement and ceremony around Keme.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So this is wonderful, perfect connection. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have been a skull carrier for quite some time, for like 3 decades. I'm a skull ceremony grandmother and also a skull carrier. Thank you so very much, Jeff, Elizabeth, Thomas, and I want to thank my daughter Heather for all of her help. Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody out there.
Heather, do you want to stay on camera, or do you want to move to the background? What would you prefer?
I thought that I would stay on camera to do everything that I am doing.
Okay, great, perfect.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean by background.
You see how people are little at the top?
Yes.
She could be little at the top or big next to you. What would you prefer?
Elizabeth, are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
I would like for you to bring me into the big screen.
Okay. Okay.
If possible.
Yeah. Okay. Then can we have, there we
Yes.
go. There, perfect. That's are you in the big screen now?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Beloved Creator, beloved Mother, beloved Beauty, beloved Light, grandmothers of the 4 directions, beloved Heart of the Heavens, Heart of the Earth, beloved Creator, grandmothers, grandfathers, beloved Beauty, on this sacred day of Khmer, beloved Beauty, I greet you at this beautiful, beautiful time, beloved Creator. It is almost the time of the setting sun here in New Mexico. I'm sending my prayers out to the Lord Khmer, extending my prayers out into the West, beloved Beauty, where we, each and every one of us, will journey into the dream time tonight as we move forward into the night, beloved Creator. Acknowledging the energy of Lord Khmer, beloved Beauty, allowing us to go into this place of transformation, where we would be called to go into these visions and dreams, and allowing us to be the manifestors as we awaken into the daylight. Beloved Creator, in the name of all that is sacred, in the name of all of the beauty that is around us, beloved Beauty, I greet you and I thank you, beloved Spirit of all of the sacred elements of life, Spirit of the sacred earth, Spirit of the fire, Spirit of the wind, beloved Beauty, Spirit of all the sacred waters, beloved Creator. In the name of the beauty of the moment, beloved Creator, I thank you. I'd like to greet each and every one of you and say thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on board. I'd like to share with you a simple water ceremony that I do on a daily basis as a woman of prayer, as a one that is always doing ceremony. This This is a very sweet ceremony, especially for these times. Get yourself a small little container and your little container of water, pouring your water into your little jug, little container. And in the little water, we put a little bit of salt. And the reason that we use the salt for the water is because in our prayers, in our daily prayers, we're asking the spirit of the water to help us. And also we are acknowledging that we have been in a place of shedding tears, especially at this particular time with all of the difficulties that are around the globe. And you bring the little kernels of salt, and you put the name of the person that you are praying for. Let's say that you are praying for your mother, your brother, your sister, your grandmother, a neighbor, perhaps, and you put another kernel of salt in there. And this is acknowledging the tears that we have been shedding. All of us know of someone that has been sick with COVID. It's rampant, it's all around us, all around the globe. And we have shed many, many tears, not only with the COVID, but other things. So we take the salt and we add it again. Perhaps maybe we've been worrying about not having enough funds to get through the week. And so we acknowledge that and we put all of our prayers representing the tears. And then we take it and we put it in the altar at the appropriate time. So this is a ceremony that can be done at any time of the day, and of course share it with your family and friends. Before I speak of visions and dreams that I have had, one of the things that I wanted to show you is I'm going to show you how to make seed bundles for the future generations. This is my corn. These are my beans. And this is the squash. This is my little cloth that I'm going to put in my hand. And I'm going to put at least 3 kernels of corn, at least 3 of the pinto beans, and at least 3 of the squash. These are known as the 3 sisters. We take the little cloth and we bend it like this. We have the little bundle right there. We take the little teeny weeny little rubber band and we tie it like that. I could make another one so that you can see it. This time we're going to get a little cloth with a baseball player, a couple of kernels, at least 3 of corn, 3 of the beans, 3 of the squash, and we take the cloth and we bring it into a tiny little bundle. Take the rubber band and we tie it. About 12 years ago, I had a vision. And in this vision, the beloved mother called me. And I saw myself sitting in a rocking chair. And in this rocking chair, I was making these little bundles. And the mother said to me, make these bundles for the newborn, for the future generations. Every child should be born with a little bundle of seeds. When you give the seeds to the children, remind the parents that the seeds need to be taken care of because they are also children. And so the vision started like that. And of course, I have traveled around the world and I've given away thousands and thousands of these bundles. And the reason that I give out the three sisters is because I live in the Southwest and we have plenty of these seeds here. And the ones that I'm using right now, were grown at the bath. And so these are the ones that I am using right now. And the children can use these little seeds to grow something in the wintertime in their house. They could be grown in the home. And when the spring comes, they could take the plants out and put them out in a bigger space. And so it's to encourage everyone to see the beauty of nature, that we could be holding on to it and we can see the beauty of it growing on a daily basis. When I was a child, my mom said to me, I have a gift for you, daughter. And what she gave me was an avocado pit. Mm-hmm. And when I was a kid, and especially in Central America, we have these huge avocados. And I remember holding the avocado seed, and it was like so big. And I was holding it with two hands, and my mom said to me, what you have in your hands is a baby tree. Mm. And this baby tree is an avocado. And I am giving it to you so that you can plant it and so you can take care of it. So she gave me some thoughts. She said, find a place in the yard that has plenty of sun. Mm-hmm. And you can put the seed in there. She showed me how. And then she showed me how to get some clean water, to bring water to it every day, and just to be in the presence of it every day and to take care of it. And this avocado tree this day feeds a lot of people, and it also feeds a lot of animals, especially birds. And it's still there. And it's still growing and giving life. And I think about that, and I remember kind of watching it almost look like within a couple of days, the pit opened up and the baby tree was coming out, and it was very, very magical. I remember just falling in love with my baby tree. Mm-hmm. The reason that I like to express these short little stories is because we're at home right now, and we can um, go into a place of um, experiencing being in balance with nature. And so it's a way of enriching ourselves, um, and being in the light of nature. Always remembering that all of life, all that lives, is part of the four sacred elements of life. So going back to the vision of the seeds, the visions continued, not like every day, but there would be like a period of time, a span of time, and then the next part of the vision would come. And the beloved mother encouraged me to build the place. She said, a womb where the seeds can be kept, and to put the word out into the four directions that this is what you are doing. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a seed keeper. I'm a woman of prayer, but of course I'm Central American, and we grow a lot of the things that we need in Central America. This is who we are, but I'm not an agronomist. I don't have a diploma or anything like that. I do grow a small little garden, but it's like a grandmother garden. But I want to share this with you, that sometimes we receive visions and dreams in a way that are given to us, a mandate that perhaps maybe we become a little intimidated, and we say to ourselves, how can I do that? I'm not a farmer. But when the mother encouraged me and said, speak about it, put it out there to the four directions. And so I did that. And three people of experience with like over 35 years of experience of seed growing and soil preparation came. And my job was to get the structure built on this land, this 40-acre land that also came through a vision and dream. And so I would keep the prayers going. And of course, I did a lot of crying, because I did not know what I was doing. I kept putting the prayers and the word out. And I kept asking the beloved mother that I needed help. And she sent physical help. People that came knocking on the door and say, hey, do you need help? I'm here. And in the moment, I would say, can you do this? Can you do the other thing? Can you help me with this? And so things got done like that, a little bit at a time. But keeping the prayers, the energy of the prayers moving. And so before I knew it, we built a basement 9 feet underground. It took 9 months from the time that we started building the basement till the time that we brought the first containers of seeds into the basement was 9 months. And I thought about that. I thought about how the beloved mother said, build the womb for the seeds. And it stays at a constant temperature. And it is a building. It has a basement and an upstairs is a brand new building. Well, it's like 10 years old right now. And so it is a temperature control environment. And so little by little, these things happened. And so the reason that I am sharing this is because to remind everybody that not everything happens overnight and not everything happens on a weekend, but that it takes time and it takes a lot of prayers and it takes just staying in that moment and keeping it alive. And so I encourage you on this sacred day that if you do receive mandate, if you do receive a vision or a dream that is telling you to do something, by all means, just do the best that you can and always ask for help because the invisible beings really don't give us anything that we cannot do. And somehow, my beloved mother, just kept me going. And I kept sharing wherever I went about the seeds and how I was building this building. So I would like to, at this moment, go into another vision that I had. It is 10 years ago that I was invited to come together with other people of prayer in this place in California. It's called Sausalito, California. And 140 people of prayer came together from all religions. And I'm not exactly sure if it was the opening, that waking up on the opening day of this conference. But I was awakened by a holy being. I was awakened. I had the sensation that someone was coming in the room. And I sat in the little bed that I was in, and I was waiting. And in between the rooms, this being came in. And the being had a very, very dark red robe, almost, I guess, like a Tibetan robe. And I saw this being gliding into the room. And I looked to see if I could see that it had a face, but it did not. It was just this bright, bright light. And all I could see was the cloth, the material, the clothing. And I looked at the material and I looked for the feet, and there were no feet. It was suspended off the ground and it was gliding. And when it came into the room, the voice said to me, Flordemayo, I have a gift for you. And so I extended my hands to receive the gift. And the being got very close to me and brought into my hands this beautiful, beautiful earthen egg. It was made out of like earth. It was brown. And as soon as the being put this huge egg in my hands, I went into this spontaneous prayer. And the prayer was You are love. There is nothing but love. Love is all that there is. And so this prayer came very quickly as I received the egg, and my hands started to move also spontaneously, and I started to touch kind of lightly the egg with both of my hands as I was repeating this prayer. You are love. There's nothing but love. Love is all that there is. And before I knew it, I was out in space with the egg. I was suspended, and I could see the earth underneath me. The earth of the egg started to fall. So it was like falling, and it was like I could see it falling down into the earth. And the inside of the egg had like this crystalline white crystal inside. And that also, with the prayer, started to melt away and fall out until there was like a cavity, a huge cavity in the egg. And as I continue with my mantra, you are love. There is nothing but love. Love is all that there is. Before I knew it, I started to see this baby inside the egg. And the baby was like a newborn baby, like a this solid newborn baby, very big baby inside the egg. And I remember when I saw the baby, I started shouting out into the universe. And I was calling the beloved mother. And I said, beloved mother, there's a baby in the egg. And the baby was so beautiful. It was perfect. And I started talking to the baby, and I was saying to the baby how beautiful its little feet were, and the little hands, and the dimples on the little knees, and the chubby little legs, and the little feet were plumpy. And I was telling the baby how beautiful the baby was. And as I'm talking to the baby is beginning to become animated. And as the baby is becoming animated, in the middle of my crying and speaking to the mother, I look at the baby and I said to the beloved mother, beloved mother, the baby's skin is made out of gold. I could see the flesh, like the flesh tone, but on top of it was this layer of gold. It was like transparent. And I was like seeing the baby again and again, and all of it was just gold. And the more that I spoke to the baby, the more animated the baby became. And it started wiggling like a newborn baby and moving its little shoulders. And at one point, it moved one of the shoulders up. And behind the shoulder, there was this beautiful golden wing that the baby had. And so in my dialogue with the beloved mother, I said, beloved mother, the baby has a golden wing. And I was just in awe of this baby. And also the baby was androgynous. And it had no belly button. And so I proceeded to to tell the mother all of these things about the baby. And then I noticed the baby's hair, and the baby had this kind of soft, curly hair. And each strand of hair was made out of gold. And it was so beautiful. And I was like crying and praying and crying and praying, and I'm holding the baby. And the baby had these really, really large almond eyes, like many of the newborn babies. And the baby's eyes started to move. And I'm speaking to the beloved mother, and I said, "Beloved mother, the baby is awakening." And finally, when the baby opened its eyes, the whole eye was this beautiful, beautiful midnight blue. And it stopped me because the baby's eyes, the baby had the cosmos in its eyes. And I could see the stars twinkling and the planets and all these things in the eyes. And I just went into this place of absolute just letting go. And I went out of my body and into the baby's eyes. And I started to journey. And I remember that when I awoke, it was the light of the dawn that woke me up. And I was still sitting on the bed, sitting in a lotus position. And I came through, I was sitting there, and I was with some of my grandmother's sisters from the Council of 13 Indigenous Grandmothers. And I remember two of the grandmothers coming into my room and saying, "Grandmother Flordemayo, you need to get ready because we're doing an opening prayer." But I couldn't move. It was like I was there, but I was not totally in my body. I could not move. It took me many, many hours to get myself back in my body. And because this was the first day of this conference, I spoke to the director of the program, and I shared with her the experience that I had. And she said to me, "It's very important that you share it with the group." And so I shared it with the 140 other people that were there. And it seemed like everyone, at least the ones that spoke, could relate to this golden baby. And the message behind the baby is something really, really beautiful. And the beauty of it is that even though we're going through this very, very dark period around the globe, and all of us humans going through this, there is a prophecy of the Maya, my people, my ancestors, that tells us, and the prophecy tells us, awaken, awaken, the dawn is here. Not one or another shall stay behind. And the other prophecy is this, that we are told that humanity around this period of time will be reborn in the color of honey. The reason that they say honey is because the Quiche Maya do not have a word for gold. And so, as humans, we are being reborn in this image of this androgynous being, this golden being, and we're going into this new period in the life of us humans. I feel that it's imperative that I share this with you and to remind you of the prayer. You are love. There is nothing but love. Love is all that there is. And that was the mantra that brought the baby to life. And there's two other words that the beloved mother gave me. And the beloved mother said to me, Flordemayo, humanity is made of love and light. So I thank you, each and every one of you, and I send much love and light to you. Blessings